If you enjoy our show, spread the love wherever you listen by rating, reviewing, subscribing, sharing, all that good stuff to help us get ourselves out there. And with that said, let's start the show. I'm Ode. That's Vicky. I'm me. You're you. We are we.
Oh my God, that was so corny.
The You, Me, We
goodness.
podcast. And welcome to another episode. Vicky, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. And for those of you watching on YouTube, you may see we have some very special guestesses in the building. We'll go around and introduce yourselves.
Hi guys, this is, family, everyone knows me as Evan, but Jeremy.
And welcome to the Quiet Storm.
The Quiet Storm. I netted the mood setter.
And I'm Antwan, his significant other,
Or what they would say.
cohabitant.
Right. Partner.
So shout out to all of my family members that are listening. You said Evan or Jeremy? Which one you said?
Evan, Jeremy, we all, he knows it all. Well, some of them he knows. So we can go back and forth with this. It's going to be all day.
So I have my cousin here. This is the first time I'm having family here because you've had family on the show before.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had your cousin Pagy and Karen. We're both.
And Belgie.
And Belgie. So it's my first time having family
And
here.
Adang.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Listen, procreating is like a birthright for Dominicans.
Gosh,
Just let him come through.
It's like
Okay.
minimum at least 8 kids.
Hey, kid.
Well, we're here today because we wanted to talk about a topic that we felt like a lot of people have experienced at some point. If you are cohabitating, you've been through the early stages of cohabitating. I do call Vicky my roommate at times when we're not.
Which is so disrespectful. But that's another
man.
topic.
Are
for
you
another
not my
day.
roommate?
Yeah, that's a.
Are you or are you not my roommate?
That is so problematic.
But
That one hit deep right there.
but y'all have recently
Cohabitate.
come together to begin the cohabitating process. And I felt like I know what we went through. I know, but not even went through. I know what we're still
Going through.
Exactly. And whoever's watching just randomly saw me pull out a black thing from under me. Anyway, so I want to talk about the process. Talk about how it's going. Share some of our stories. Share some of your stories. Quarantine has probably put a lot of people who were seasoned in the whole cohabitating thing back to the early stages where you're still getting used to, or you're getting used to like the nuances. You're getting used to the person's different traits that you probably didn't realize they've picked up over the years. Because in the morning we wake up, we go to work, we come home, and we haven't seen each other for a while, so we missed each other. So we're
Yeah, it's
cool.
like a small window of when you're
Yes.
actually sharing the space.
So how long has it been?
Well, that we've dated.
No.
Well, okay, you know what? How long dated, and then how long since cohabitating?
Okay, so
Cohabitating. You make it sound like
We did what? We just had.
We
So
just had
everything is 4 years.
4
now.
years now. So
On
we're
the
going
15th.
on 4
Cool.
years now.
And,
living together 1
month.
month so far.
OMG.
1 month.
30 days.
1 month, 30. It's like an official 30 days, actually.
And it's been just peachy and
It really
Damn,
has.
It really has.
Yeah, because there is.
come on,
like,
son.
No, you
This
want to know
first
something?
30
It has,
days.
but there's been things that I'm pretty sure he's picked up that he
we're
can't say to me
learning.
already.
We're
that
learning.
We're learning now.
But we're still at that point where we're just so happy to come home together and like meet
Because
each
the
other.
thing is, I'm still work. Like I can still go out for work. Like the malls are open.
I
which is
remember
so
that,
great.
bro.
I
The malls is
get
open.
to stay home all day.
And like what she like, and I hate it. I really do. Like I really I hate it. But I mean, the
But
best
I
thing
miss
is
him when
that,
he's
like,
not there.
Yeah.
But I'm falling into that role where I'm like cooking every day and doing the extra cleaning because he leaves the house to go to work. So I'm like, well, I mean, I feel like I should do a little extra. Again, this is month 1. This is month 1, so it's not
Right.
going
This
to
is
last
just
long.
I'm pretty sure it's only going to be.
Once we
it's a
get through the
temporary-
holiday season,
I'm pretty sure this is my trial period that I'm getting right now.
and this is also
know
the
it
learning
is.
thing.
I
Like,
know
I
it
want him to
is.
see what I do in the daytime
And he
to
does it
make
so
sure
well,
that
though.
is nice
I don't
and
feel like it needs to change.
Vicky, Vicky, can I ask you a
he's
question?
so serious. about it. He's so serious.
Vicky,
He's like, don't break.
so
It's not
serious.
broken.
It's not broken.
So we've lived together for 10 years, just about 10 years, right?
Just about 10 years.
We dated for a year?
No.
Maybe?
Like 8 months.
Before we moved in together?
Yeah.
Vicky was thirsty.
I would have moved in with him 8 months into it too.
Really?
Yeah.
But I had a life-changing event, so it slowed down the process. But
Look
I
at
mean,
God.
when we first started dating, I was ready for him to drive out from Teaneck every day. Like I get like that when I know what I want, and I was just like, I want you to come more often. But
And that was a hassle driving from Teaneck.
he's not a
over here.
driver. let's
Not
say.
the driver.
So
And
How long
Jay,
was-
you know that drive.
how
all
long
the
was
way
the
to
drive?
Teaneck.
It's an hour.
That's a whole hour.
It was from Teaneck to...
to Piscataway. Like, okay? Like really, and mind you,
No.
first week of dating, like, why am I going out there? Like, what? I need to know all of the things
It's a
before I
very
going out
It's a
there.
very safe environment.
Yeah, Piscataway. Yeah.
It's a very safe environment, and I mean, I've this is my first rodeo, so I've had my own apartment, and you know, done the whole keeping the house by myself thing. And so when we met, it was like, you know, we're 8 years different. So when we met, he was 22, I was 30. So when I was 22, and if I met an older guy who had his own place, I would be there all the time.
Hell yeah.
Anytime that you want me to be there, I'll be there. But he was like, you want to come out
you
here?
Sure you don't want to come out here for a minute?
No, I'm not
you
coming
know,
out there.
Like, to your mama house?
right? You
Right.
know,
I'm not
I
coming out
mean,
there.
like, listen,
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
he was not for it at all.
That was Ode.
at
I
all.
was like, Ode, you should come to my house.
Like-
And he's like, I'm a grown
Oh,
ass
that's-
man.
Like,
okay?
that's what he was given.
There was one time where Vicky literally asked me, like, yo, just sneak in. I was like, Vicky.
Like, it's fine. It'll
We
be
had a
fine.
thing in the beginning
It'll be
where
all right.
it was he wanted his mom to allow me to spend the night. Mind you,
Right.
my parents would never allow me to have him spend the night. So for him to ask that, I told him, "So you're asking a lot. Like
He was
that's
like,
a
"You're
lot
pushing
to
the
ask
buttons."
your
He was
mom
like-
to let your boyfriend spend the night at your house. I mean, especially when I have my own house. There's really no
No
reason for me to be coming
Like,
into your house.
You know we don't have to...
Yeah.
You know,
Like, I was trying to prevent all reasons to drive out there. Like, you don't understand. Like, bad
then-
enough, you know, I can't even drive like that. I have to be up
But
on that
then
turnpike.
all he wanted to
Nobody to
do
talk to at that.
was
like,
being Piscataway.
Oh my
And
goodness.
us moving in together and starting this was literally his push. Like he just figured out one day, like I want to be in Piscataway and I want to do it.
trying
And
to
this
get out
was,
his mama house.
this was in
I was
that
like,
too.
I'm gonna become a real housewife.
And it was
of
after
Piscataway.
quarantine, so we
I'm
didn't
making my
quarantine
business.
together. We weren't together for the quarantine.
Oh wow.
Which is probably like that's
For the
why
better,
like yeah,
I
I
mean.
think
We would
it actually happened.
Come together
a
every.
little
We
bit.
would do the thing that we weren't supposed to do and get a hotel room and.
all of
You
it.
know, but I mean, who's gonna go forever without seeing a person? Like, you know, I can't. There's no way.
Ode's like,
Like,
easy.
I mean, what,
Like, he's
No.
like, it's probably good. This is probably for now. I'm pretty sure. Like, ask him and she's like, oh no, you gonna have to get out or somewhere, get you a room or two
Listen,
for a day.
I was gonna ask you guys, when you get to the point where you're tired of being with each other, it helps that you have multiple floors, different doors to
Different doors to
close.
close.
We have one bedroom.
That's true.
That is very true.
So
where
where do
you're
you
able
go
to go to
to
your own
separate?
space.
that was one of the... I remember this convo. So me and Vicky first moved in together. We moved to a nice little apartment in Newark.
A nice,
You know, it was our thing. It
nice
was our-
little apartment in Newark.
My
Newark.
first
That-
apartment was
that-
in Newark, and it was
We-
a
nice little apartment.
No shade. I understand, Vicky. Vicky, I'm with you already.
No,
You don't
we
even have
lived,
to-
we lived in North Newark. We
Okay.
lived in
That's a nice,
Okay.
decent
yeah,
area.
yeah. I was just gonna say we lived in
Decent
North
area.
Newark.
So we were borderline. What's the town?
Bloomfield.
To the point where.
Oh,
To the
okay.
point where.
No, we were bordering Bloomfield and what's the one right outside
Maplewood.
of
Is it
North? No, not Maplewood.
Um,
OMG, that's
yeah,
like
I'm
Click
having-
21, and you go straight.
Oh, Harrison.
No, not Harrison, because that's on the other side
Oh,
of
that's
21.
other side.
Yeah, and that's where I was at.
Oh my goodness, what's the name of that town?
But it was to the point where, like, as you walked, you saw the street get cleaner.
No, for real.
You
Like
can
we
see
would
it.
go from this corner to
the
the
next.
light, and from
Yeah.
there it was whatever town that was. I keep
That's
forgetting it.
literally how it is
It
on
would
all
just
the borders.
like
be a
the
whole
like the
different-
sidewalks would get nicer.
everything.
The houses
It
would
smells
get
much
bigger.
different.
The air
The
cleared
air's
up.
better,
The air
right,
quality
the
is a
There's
little bit better.
grass, not cigarettes, but with grass.
The
Like
birds
I
are
was
chirping
like,
on that
what?
side a little bit.
I'm like, wait, what just
But-
happened?
So where are you from originally?
From here, from Perth Amboy.
Yeah.
So okay, so you're like me. Like I mean, I'm from Plainfield, so
Right.
I'm from this area. And then when I got my, I moved to Newark, and because I was young and I worked in the city, I loved it because it's a quick commute.
Yes, the
And
quick
culture,
commute.
it's culture to me.
Yes,
It's all about
that's so
culture.
true.
Everything that I need is there in
It's
Newark,
there.
24 hours a day. You don't have to worry about, like I hear, things close early.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and
Oh, I wouldn't know.
No
Nothing
bodega.
closes early in Perth Amboy.
Not Perth Amboy, because
Really?
see, Perth Amboy is
It
like
stays
Plainfield,
open.
but Piscataway and
Yeah, all that
Somerset,
closes
Middlesex,
early.
everything is different.
Yeah.
So I mean, but again, I will never move back there. I will never move back.
That's me in
I know
Brooklyn.
that's
I
right.
tell him,
I love it.
Facts.
I love it, but I will never move back
Okay.
there.
You're
We
not
will
looking
be
back at
in
all.
Piscataway probably. I mean, I like Piscataway. I'm gonna buy a house in
I like
Piscataway.
Piscataway.
But to ask the question, go back to the question you had.
Yeah.
I remember Vicky and I remember this conversation. Like I remember it because we would argue, but of course we had our. I was in Brooklyn. Vicky was in Perth Amboy. We could just be angry over the phone,
right,
be angry,
right.
be angry on Uvu or whatever.
Just X that conversation
Exactly.
out. I'm out.
and
Click.
when we moved in, I was like, yo, Vicky, things are gonna be a little different because if we argue, there's literally like you can stand in our apartment, just stretch your leg and your arm out, and you'll be in every room.
every room.
You can't go anywhere. If we argue, we're still gonna be in the same apartment. So some things are gonna have to change. I remember us having that conversation, but one thing I thought about that you said, I was going to ask you. So do you do you miss me when I'm not home?
No.
Do you get excited to come home?
Nope.
Because I'm there. No. Wow.
No.
That's 10 years though. I mean, you've been
I
living
am-
together for
But
10
like
years.
that's true though.
There's a total difference there.
So let me ask you: do you feel, and feel free to be honest,
As I'm okay
Oh,
not
I'm
being
gonna be
home.
very honest.
I'm okay not being home, but I will bombard him with questions like, "Yo, what you doing?
What you
Okay,
doing?
so
Right.
what are you
What are you-
doing now? What are you doing now?" But
How
I'm
you
okay.
doing this? Right.
Yeah.
We got so used to living apart. We were together for 4 years. So in 3.5 of or most of those years,
Well,
we
like-
didn't live together. So we got used to having a FaceTime relationship. Seeing each other, going on date nights, and
then going back home.
Yeah.
oh, the
Going-
good old
going back
days.
home.
Oh,
and me in the beginning, once we didn't move in together and we had that space, I kind of enjoyed it. But I think quarantine kind of really made me feel like I just, I think that we can do this together. I think that,
you just wanted him there.
yeah, I think we
Yeah,
can make
yeah,
this
yeah.
work.
Aw.
Yeah, a little bit. Because I like my space.
Oh well, that's true. Let me tell you.
Man,
But this
Yeah, he
works.
loves it. No, he loves going on that porch on that backside where he's gone for about a good 15-20 minutes
I
for the
just
bathroom.
That's it?
I need
Like
a
no,
moment.
like
I
a
need
moment away.
Sometimes
from,
I need a
listen,
moment.
This
Like,
is
I
true.
do.
I give him his space. I give it to him because no, when I want my space, like in my space, it goes for like about a day or two.
Yeah.
Like
Wow,
like,
I can totally see the
Like-
relation here.
I need
Now
like
I under.
I really want to say a week or two, but I'm being gracious a day.
But do you feel okay? So
Like-
similar to like the beginning of a relationship, and I'm gonna say I'm guilty of it. Do you feel like you're showing your roommate representative, and like, are you holding like? Do you know for a fact you're holding back on certain things?
No, I'm being all out there.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is, whether I got a fart, whether
That is true.
I mean, I'm
Taking a shit with the door open.
Yeah.
baby,
But
come
you
here.
see, and
know,
I'm still on that
He's
thing
like-
where I'm like,
he wants everything to be.
No, you're not seeing
secret.
that.
Yeah, he does. He
You'll
acts
never
as though
see
he
that.
doesn't
I
do
don't
those
care.
things.
I don't do those things. That's
So you
never-
are showing your representative.
But
I'm
it's
very
been
respective.
1 month, and I tell him all the time, you're not gonna be able to last.
And
you
still
can't,
through the 4 years,
you
he's
can't
not,
make
but
it.
Still through the 4 years, he still can't say that he's seen me use the
Yeah, Evan out here farting like poop.
Like it's
He's like, nah, but
that was
fart,
not me.
son.
Like,
Fart.
Let it go.
No.
He has
It's
it in
like-
his sleep, but he doesn't. Again, it comes out. It's not like you don't do it.
That's a
I
lie.
know what
That's
you.
a whole lie. No, and he told me that, but technically, if I that one time that I did, he told me the story,
Oh.
and it was his fault. So for someone to do something like that, to press on someone's stomach while they're asleep, who does that? That is so disrespectful. In
That's the
the,
sound that came out.
like,
And I laughed, and
Who does that?
And I laughed because I said I've never heard that before, and it was like I've
Vicky,
waited 4
That is
years
so rude. Like,
for this. It was like ta-da.
I hated him for that.
Oh my
just
God,
wanted
so
to
like
bottle
you're
it
really
up.
like doing the whole representative thing.
Very much so, and
So you
I'm
really-
sticking to it.
I want to see how long that
I'm
lasts.
gonna tell you right now it's good because I go to the gym every morning before,
have
like
my
as the
own-
sun is coming up. So he has his moment when I'm not
I have a
there.
whole hour to
Every
myself,
moment,
like,
every
I do
morning,
whatever I need
except
to
for
do,
Sundays.
like-
Walking around the house like.
and
Yeah,
just like
yeah, just letting it all hang out. Letting it all hang out.
literally.
Letting it all hang out. But you know what? I guess at the end of the day, it's cool because I mean, maybe again, it's only month one. There's so
Yeah.
much more to go.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure also
No,
buying a home is a big step. So it's like,
Yeah?
you know, you become
can't
you become responsible in a way where you have to lean on each other.
Yeah.
That's where we are now. Like now, 3 years into
Now,
owning a
3 years
home.
into
Yeah.
owning a home.
Yeah.
Now.
Now we're like,
that.
okay, we're getting on the same page finally. But even when it came to buy this house, oh, they didn't even see it.
It was not.
I
for
didn't.
it.
No, I didn't see the house until like I had already like signed off on it. Cause,
Yeah.
Cause she's in real estate, so she knows that
She
stuff.
But
knows.
I was just like, because when I came in, I was like, oh my God, it's already broken up into the spaces.
Into the spaces that you need and everything.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's exactly what.
But that's
I'm
how
doing.
we've been doing. Like, I mean, if there's something that he's good in or he could handle, I'll do it. Just like with decorating, whatever. Like, if it's my thing, I'll take
He'll,
care
like,
of
take
it,
care
and
of it.
I'll let you know what it's like when it's done. If you like it, great. Most of the time, he will. And I don't have to see whatever he's coming up with. Just do it. And
Again,
I'm
if
sure
it's
I'll
not
like it.
broke, don't.
We
like,
cannot function that way.
I'm sure I'll like it.
You know, like Ode's always, he has that approach,
Mm.
and that has caused so much problems.
Really?
Wait, explain.
Like,
Like-
like for example, for cleaning, right? Ode's thing is, if it's dirty, just clean it.
Mm.
Just whatever. And I'm like, okay, I hear
However-
you.
right.
We need a
However-
cleaning
But
calendar.
Right.
we need a schedule
Schedule.
because then things won't get hit because your idea of what's clean may not be my idea of what's clean.
I
And then I'm
feel
just
ya.
standing there like, yo, how is he just
How
gonna
is he
keep
just
walking
gonna keep
over
walking
this?
past
And this
this?
needs to get cleaned. So that caused a lot of problems. See, like I'm very like, I need structure, I need balance, I need a checklist, I need you to use this that I'm
kind of
using. So
checklist of
I know
order.
that
You
you're
need
doing
exactly
I
yeah.
have to
I'm that
create
way.
one for him.
Okay.
That's me.
I am
For-
very.
Are you the checklist?
I am organized mentally, though. I'm mentally because
yeah.
I'm a little older than him, so my daily routine and the things that I do all the time, I don't need a list for that. I know what I'm doing. But when it comes to him, it's like,
I'm all over.
so
the
you
place.
have to do this, and this is how you have to do it in this order, and then you have to. When you finish with that, you have to put it over here, and then move to the next one. And I don't want to be dad.
But
But I have to so that way because see the thing about him is if he does something wrong and he knows it, then he gets upset.
this is true.
Wait, why?
This is true. No, it would be because of the out. Well, damn, you just had to put me all.
Well,
on the
because the
spot
thing
like
is,
that.
Wait, turn your mic a little bit.
it's
Barry.
more about
Yeah,
learning.
okay.
He
I-
doesn't. He's
It's really.
learning.
It's. I hate how the outcome of it. If I know, like I said, like you said, I already know what if I fucked up, I fucked up. But the
I mean, you gotta
I'm
admit
not-
it.
Right, but it's like I'm not gonna admit.
he'd
and then
rather
when I
not talk
see
about
it,
it.
it's like, all right, well, fuck this. Like I had nothing to do.
It's like, can't we just acknowledge that we
Right.
both know I was wrong? We don't
but
gotta.
we don't have to talk. Like, what the hell are we talking about? Like, why are we harpering?
We've been there a
on
couple times.
The negative shit right now. Like,
It's
we just
not-
we
He's
see
like,
it.
but why are we gonna
Like,
sit
why are
in
we-
negativity?
we have to
Like,
go
let's
through it
just
so that
leave
way
that
you know
alone.
that it's there and this is
No.
what happened, because you won't do it that way again the next
Exactly.
time. Because the next time, then I'm gonna be upset, and then it's gonna be like, why are you getting mad at me? Because that's why the last time we went through the process of discussing it and figuring
Yeah,
out
but your
what
way
we're
of
gonna
discussing,
do.
no, the way he likes to discuss is on a whole different level. Like it's like I can't even talk to him when if like an actual conversation, like because one he's loud as hell. He's loud as hell. And then when you're loud with me, I'm like, I can't focus right now.
Like, I'm not here anymore.
I'm not here anymore. Then what I want to discuss to you about, you done threw me off because you're yelling. So now we have to talk about how you're talking to me right now. Okay? Like,
Yo,
no.
we're
And then
family, bro.
It's like,
Oh my God, no, that's why I'm laughing because you.
yeah.
Okay, now I know it's not just an O'Day thing. So when
It's
we
a
talk to our
Hasana thing.
therapist, I'm gonna be like, listen,
I
His
I
family
got some
does it.
intel.
Yeah.
It's a family
It's a
thing.
family
It's like in his genetics
I
to be
don't-
this way.
I try to change the way that I talk to him when I know it's going to be something about maybe something he did wrong, but it doesn't matter because if it's about something that he did wrong or messed up on, there's no way to change. There's no right way to have the conversation. There's no right way to bring it up. If he had his way, I would just glaze over it and leave it alone.
Just leave it alone. Like, let's just not talk about it. It happened. It happened. We all saw it. It's like a car crash. We all saw it. Let's just keep going.
We know who ran the light.
Right. Why are we talking about
Don't
it
be a
right now?
snitch
Don't
and
be
say
a
it out
snitch.
loud.
What
Like,
I need
come
to know
on.
is why you kept going when you seen them running the light, and why are we now involved in this accident? And why, we need to talk about that.
We don't.
So it sounds like everyone has like the I would say like the structure one, like the one that's like, all right, this is the game plan, and then people, and then you're either that person or you're the
Just
okay,
go with
it
it, man.
happens.
Let me tell
Let's
you, I'm
keep
the
going.
best teammate ever.
So
I'm
who
a good teammate. With
out
that.
of you two is the more structured? Like there has to be a rules and okay,
Me.
of course.
There and the way you said it, there has to be.
There has
There
to be.
has to be.
Like,
Yeah.
it has to be for her. The situation might not call for it, but for Vicky, there has before we go into moving this cup over here. Let's first, why is the cup there?
Like,
Yeah.
Can we talk about the cup? Mind you, the
I
cup,
would be like, do you think that that's the best place to put the cup?
And
Because
why?
we know
Like,
I'm with Vicky.
you
I'm
are,
with Vicky.
you have zero balance and you knock into everything and spill everything. So maybe the cup shouldn't be nearest your hand
know, this
and move
reminds
it
me
out
of-
of the way
this
Not
reminds
at
me
all.
of there's
so
times
it doesn't spill.
And
there's
then he'll spill it and then say, "Well, it's okay. It's just water."
it's just
and I'm
water.
like,
It's fine. It's just water. It's
We
gonna
could have
evaporate.
prevented it. We could have prevented it.
Okay, gone. There we
But
go.
it's not just water.
there's times when Vicky will look. I'll be in the living room sometimes, right? I'll be in the living room, and Vicky will walk by or leave, go somewhere, and then I'll hear Vicky from the bathroom or in the hallway. Or did you leave the bathroom light on? In my head, do you see the bathroom light on?
Right.
If it's on,
If it's
did you?
on,
You
yeah.
didn't leave it on. So clearly,
we are kin because he gets out of the shower and leaves the curtain open.
Oh gosh, I hate this.
Close the freaking curtain. He says,
No,
I
opposite.
want to let the tub air
I was
out.
on everything to air out. Let
It's
that
no
water
top
get some
on it.
breeze.
It's gonna air out.
Like, come on.
There's no top on the tub.
and then when I don't do it,
It's gonna
like,
air out,
No, I
and
hate
it looks horrible when you walk in the bathroom.
But
It
it's so
looks
funny.
bad.
I know that Ode is gonna get irritated when I ask
I
him
closed
that.
it.
So yeah,
But I don't care
Me too.
because my thing is,
I say, are you done in the shower?
come and close.
Are you done in the shower? Mind you, he's out putting on lotion. Are you done in the shower?
I'm
Is the shower
already
done?
Cologne, everything already on, deodorant.
No,
I'm not
like,
sure if you're done because
like,
the curtain's open, as if you're
like,
about to
I
walk
hate
back
that.
in there. So I need to know.
But why can't you just close?
Just
But then,
close
just
it.
close the thing. Like you have to bring it
No.
up. Just close it.
Be
I was-
responsible for yourself.
Like, come on.
Hold on, Vicky. I was the other night. Oh my goodness!
Like,
when I
don't
say I've held
understand.
this
Why
inside,
are we talking about this right now? Like,
yo, I was sleeping the other night. Vicky came from the kitchen, woke me up, and said, "Ode, did you leave the chicken out?" I'm like, "Yo, you
you
just
did not just.
no." First of all, in my head, I'm like, "Did you see it out?" Yo, I went to like halfway the kitchen. I saw nothing. I was like, "It's
I'm
in
done-
there
it's
already."
in there, right? I'm done. No, right? Exactly. No, you see.
You just
Because
came
I
from
need
there.
to let you know
Like-
that because you didn't put the chicken up, and he does this too. He likes to eat late, so he'll eat
Full
and then
meals.
a whole half a meal and a full meal.
Shut up.
And then pass out. So now everything that you use to make your food is on the counter. It's on the stove. And the plate that you ate is next to you on the couch. And I'm just like,
But it's gonna get.
when
put
I get up
away,
in the
though.
morning to go to the
It's
gym,
gonna
this
get
is gonna be the
put
first thing that I
away.
see. I'm gonna see plates. I'm gonna see shoes. I'm gonna see.
Ignore it. You have your eye on the prize of what
I'm
you have
gonna
to do
see
that morning.
containers.
So focus what you have to do on it. Don't
Honestly,
let nothing
I'm
get
a
in
little
your
concerned
view.
because it
Like-
seems like a family thing.
No, wait, yo, all jokes aside, we say it as a joke, but I think the most like prophetic statement I ever heard was, "But did you die?"
Like,
Yeah.
thank you.
But did you die?
It's not-
Like,
it's that
nothing
you
hurt
have bad
you.
habits.
You were not hurt in the process of it.
I
Nothing.
cannot
It just
allow
And
meant,
look,
like,
I
it's
cannot
gone
allow
now.
you
It's
to
gone now.
continue
Like-
down this path.
Yes.
Because it's just gonna turn worse.
Right. That's why
But
the
you don't
water
know
is
that.
not
You
just
don't know
water.
Yeah.
It's about calling out bad behavior
yeah.
so that you don't, because you make one bad decision, it's
Okay.
just gonna
So
like.
now it
Okay.
just tumbles over to
Yes.
Let me know if it's the same situation.
It's gonna turn from leaving the shower curtain open to leaving the medicine cabinet open to leaving all the dresser drawers open.
Next thing you know, you murdered
You
somebody.
murdered, right? Exactly. Now we're going all the way over there to murder rate
But
to
let me-
first degree.
but
if
let me
Ode
ask
leaves
you.
one
Like-
more cabinet door open,
The
I
cabinet,
swear.
everything.
Like-
You know what? You see the cabinet door open? close it.
Close it. That's it.
But why
Like,
couldn't
what's
you
wrong-
close it when
but-
you opened it?
But let me ask you.
I'm telling you, but if I walked past it though, I would have saw it. I'm like, oh, okay, I forgot to do this. And I
Well,
would've
they would
closed
never
it.
have to
I would've
close the
eventually
cabinet door for
closed
me,
it.
though.
When
No.
I pick up his slides that he leaves everywhere, he stands out of them and leaves them wherever he came out of them at. So now there's slides in the kitchen by the sink. There's slides in the living room by the sofa. So when I get frustrated and I just pick them up and I go and I try to throw them in the closet in the most absurd way, so that way you can see
finding it everywhere. Now
that I'm
Now
upset.
it makes sense.
But
No,
Evan,
because now I really be.
I
seeing
literally
some
try to throw 'em as
slides on
hard
the
as I
top of,
can.
like the randomness of my closet.
Hold on, but
Okay.
let me ask you though, because I think I know what your answer is going to be. God forbid the roles are reversed and you call them out, or you call them out on something.
Yo,
God forbid.
God forbid I say something and just called him out on his shit. Oh, it would be let me tell you, it would be the longest. You probably would have heard the argument from here. You would have heard the argument from here, all the way from
I
the Scotland to
understand.
here.
Yo, 'cause
You would have heard it. No, and
yo,
it would have
if
been
I-
the worst thing ever. And then when I confront you about it again, now I can't talk to you because now you're yelling. Now I lost the focus on what I wanted to talk to you about. Now I got to get my notepad and everything and talk
That's
to you directly
so-
what I wanted to say.
That's dramatic.
no.
That's dramatic.
See, it's dramatic now when you want to
Nah,
call them
but-
out.
But when you want to
That's
call me out,
dramatic.
it's
It's
on
dramatic.
building
If you
character,
wanna
this,
call-
that, and the third. Whatever.
But listen, okay. So here's a dynamic that I think you guys have that Vicky and I.
Like, I'm not. I don't.
I,
I'm
yo,
telling you.
we here.
Like, you feel
No,
me. You feel me
clearly,
on it. You feel me
clearly.
on it.
Because
okay?
trust me, I have
Like,
a long list of things that I like, Vicky. If I was to ever,
And I've been
I
courteous.
was gonna say
mind you.
yeah. If
Ooh,
I
I've
was,
been so
You've
courteous.
been nice, huh?
because
Ooh,
when
I've
you
been
see
so
the cabinet
courteous.
door open, you just close it.
Close it and
But
leave
you
it
have
alone.
a list of stuff. If I
When
was
I
to call
tell
you out
you-
on every time the door, every time the door was left unlocked, every time.
Oh, that's me. I do that.
And there's a list of stuff about. You know what? I just lock it.
You just lock it. Exactly.
I'm not gonna wake her up to say, Vicky, did you leave the door unlocked? Even
But
though
the
I
thing
saw
is,
it
if you
unlocked.
did
Keep
it,
pushing.
guess what? It'll make her remember. Oh, you know what? Let me lock the door.
And
'Cause
how many
he's gonna-
times have I
'cause
said
he's
that?
gonna
If
come
you
to me-
just tell
he's
me,
gonna come to me and tell me I didn't lock the door, and we don't want that. So you lock the door.
and I'm like, but if you just tell
say
me
that.
each
Say
time
that.
you
They just
tell
say that,
me,
OJ, I'm
will
telling
be
you.
a reminder for
I promise you.
myself
And I'll
to
be
make sure
better.
not to do
I'll be
it.
better.
Oh, they don't trust it. And tell me you.
But there's
Vicky,
a
what's your sign?
I'm a Capricorn. Through and through, like however you read it,
I
that's
see it.
exactly
Yeah,
how I am.
Yeah, it's pop up. Yeah, that's pop up. Yeah, I see it. I see it. I can understand.
so
it. It
wait,
makes sense.
Capricorn and the Cancer. Should we not be together?
No,
Please
we
tell me.
should because
So-
we're complete. We're
no,
at-
that like completely
opposite ends.
Opposite ends.
But it's so
of it
funny
all.
that
supposed
you're
to
a
be
Cancer
together.
and I'm a Cancer,
This is a
and you
Cancer.
leave stuff around. I would never. I could never.
That's what you think. You leave stuff around.
I keep
partner.
everything in a nice, neat place right here.
Who?
Me.
Neat where?
Right next to me, wherever I'm sitting, is where my stuff is. And when I move from that spot, I gather all of my things, I take them with me,
That is true.
and I go to the next spot.
But it's everywhere. It's like a whole pile everywhere, though, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if when I go ahead and disperse of my things the way I have
disperse is a good word.
and it,
Because there's some over here, it's some over there, it's some over here. I can
It's
tell
like-
everything that he does in the house based off of where his stuff
Oh,
is.
man.
I can tell everything that he does when I walk in the house.
It's
Where
like,
he's
it's like
been.
tracking them. Like,
It's
Well,
like
you
It is.
know,
I feel like it is.
After our apartment in Newark, we've always had our separate
like our own
spaces.
space, yeah. Which has helped. Which has been
That must
a
be
godsend.
this is gonna be. This is like I told him. This is gonna be a good lesson because we're gonna learn
a lot.
what to do with each other. And when we move, because after this is only gonna be temporary. Once we get into a space where we have more room, we're gonna appreciate it so much more. And I bet you, because I plan for this for us to grow closer. We have such a good time together. And we're not on top of each other where we have to be around each other all the time. He allows me to go out, and I encourage him to do whatever. So I feel like when we get more space, we probably will. It'll turn into us being on top of each other all the time. We won't even utilize the space
Yeah.
because now I'm craving the space. But I'm pretty sure once we get past, say, year one, we'll know how to live without even.
How were we after year one?
after year one. We in the first year we moved.
Yeah, we
We
did.
moved.
Right out of Newark. I was like, I will
Yeah.
call the landlord. We're
Right
out
now.
of here.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I
Going
was-
to Edison. We're out of here.
I'm
Okay.
telling you, come on back. Come
so,
on back. Come
so
on.
I think right after, right at the time when we would have been getting settled in a little bit, we went back into the whole new place, new setting. so I guess we had that newness again, right when we would have been settling in. But one question I was going to ask, I think we have that dynamic too, and you guys have it, is I want to hear both perspectives. You are in a relationship where I'm not sure what you do, but one is a creative, and are you?
I've worked in insurance for years.
Oh,
So we got
I'm a corporate
one
guy.
creative and then one the 9 to 5 or corporate kind of thing. How is that? Because I know for us it does cause some issues. Because like I said, I'm a creative, so sometimes it's hey, shower, brush your teeth, good night. As soon as everyone falls asleep, everyone gets into bed, lays down. I'm like,
Right.
I'm gonna go to the studio real quick.
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna
be
go
right back. I'm gone.
Yeah.
That's me. No, I'm up and about everything. Like,
planning, creating, doing stuff.
I'm on the sewing machine, like especially when I was during that show. He'll be knocked out, like, and we'll be on FaceTime still. He'll be knocked out, and they're like at 3 a.m. and everything. Like,
And your mind is always, and let me know, your mind is always creating, working. Even if we're at a family dinner, hanging out, and you're just like,
I'm still like going,
put
like
that
in my
pattern.
mind,
Yeah,
still like
that's
still
me,
going.
and it's caused problems for us because here we are at Thanksgiving, and I'm sitting there like, if I could do that, oh yeah, okay.
Right,
I
and then there
plan.
goes he talking about, well, why can't you just enjoy this moment? I'm like, it's
Yes.
not
We
about.
had one argument about his creative drive getting in the way, and it was during the quarantine, and he was out here being creative in the streets, and I was like, no, bro.
Oh yeah.
You're not going to be doing that. You need to take your behind home. But other than that, listen. I try to feed his creativity, and what I do, I have this motto with him. When I see him stirring, I just touch him,
Yep.
and it calms it, and it helps boost the creativity. I just touch him, just put my hand on him.
Listening?
And that would, because my thing is when he's
is
doing
true.
that and he's on the go, there's the space that I need. There's my time to
I think because like
enjoy myself and
I've
be
come
by myself.
to that now.
Yeah.
I've arrived to that now.
like I
Now
think,
when O'Day's in here, I will sometimes get up and close that
close the
door.
right?
Like, O'Day, don't come out of that room.
And just let it be.
I enjoy
Yeah,
it.
like, just let me know what you need and I will put it by the door. Like,
We're
don't.
putting
Just
together-
touch me. Just touch
just
me.
No.
I'm telling you, just a simple
No.
touch.
It's a little bit of, like, it's like a shock to him. It's like shock treatment. And then he'll get himself together and he'll be okay.
But, like, when we lived in Edison, our space was...
It was the same room.
It was in the same room, but we were on opposite sides.
we were
So
like back to back, yeah.
Yeah, we would be back to back. I don't think that we could do that.
But now, actually, my son, our son will come in and lock the door, and leave her out there. So
And
me
leave
and
her out
him,
there.
me and him are in here being
So he
creative.
already
Or
knows.
he'll actually, like, he'll lay here a little bit, and then he'll get up and sit on the chair next to my desk, and then he'll just be back and forth. Because I think we finally reached a point where we are comfortable being apart, doing our own thing, without it being problematic. But that's like recently,
It took a
like
while, yeah.
10
It took a
years.
But I know I'm guilty that I would, once I'm in that zone, bro, like,
I'm there.
But if
I'm
he
already
had
there.
this type of setup, I would probably again feel certain types of ways. I would be like, you're doing too much. Like, I wouldn't want him
Let
to
me
be
tell you,
doing it all day, every day.
I need one of these. Like,
But-
I'm obsessed
They
with
would
the
like
studio.
there'd be points where he wasn't even like participating in family stuff. Like he
Yeah.
would just be in here
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
week, like all weekends after work he'd be here. I would wake up and O'Day would still be up here. Like he wouldn't. There'd be times where he slept more on this couch than he has the
Let me
bed.
tell you,
But I will create
found-
masterpieces.
Like, that's where you do your best
That's-
work ever.
and
Like, it'd
that's
be the best thing
compromise.
ever.
I guess when we get to that point, because I want to see him delve into everything that he likes to do much more, and so we can create spaces around the house for him to do it. And I guess I'll have to wait and see, because as of now, I encourage it, but I do know for a fact that there's times where I'm like, okay,
Enough is enough.
I'm here.
Yeah.
are you aware of it
I'm
when you do it?
Not really. Like, I would say it's not done purposely, though. Not done purposely,
No, it's
love.
not. And again, if you really don't know when I'll get to that point, because me being a moody Cancer, 1 minute I'm very glad that he's not talking to me,
And then
and
the
then
next minute it'll be like,
I'm like, hey, hi, come.
it don't
back
come
here.
out, but then again, the way it comes out, it's the most disrespectful way. Like, why can't you just say, hey, what about me? What's wrong with just saying, hey, what
Because
what
it's
about
like,
me?
why does
Like-
it have to be pointed out?
'Cause maybe
You
I
should
don't
be
realize it.
mindful
Like,
of
exactly.
it.
It's
I
like
maybe I don't realize
it's like
it.
now the
Like-
steam is spewing out
Like-
because we've been simmering for a while now, and now we're boiling over because where are you at?
No.
Where are you
Like,
at?
I'm totally cool with the few times when Vicky has come in and said, yo, you've been here all, like, the tone she'll say it in is, yo, you've been here all day. Like, what's up?
You're right.
I'm cool with that. But the So you've been here all day, like.
Yeah.
Well, because I'm irritated.
Yeah, sometimes
no.
The other tone is
then you be
like,
mad
oh
at
damn,
when
you've
they-
been here all day.
But then
Okay, so
I'm gonna
don't
get
it,
irritated.
right, and then I'm gonna get
Deuces.
irritated, and then you feel some kind of way.
I'll see you later.
My reaction about it.
We need y'all to work on how you approach us.
The approach is so wrong.
I
There we go. That is it. I am
I'm
now
working
taking
on
that.
the approach.
His approach with things are just.
Especially being that we're together face to face now, there is no more separate hanging up the phone.
Yeah.
And being in our own
Yo.
bedroom. It's
The
now-
beauty of ending a call,
Yeah,
man.
there's no more ending of the call.
That reminds me.
I'm in your face, you're in my face, and you know how it is when you see somebody walk past and
Can you
don't
please
even,
move?
It's like, can you go
Like, can you
out
please
of the room
move?
Hit him
now?
with the.
Get, like, and he be trying to talk. Oh, come. I don't. Can you please move? Like, no.
Yeah.
I don't want to be around you right now.
What is? I think recently with therapy, we've learned more. Yes, there are love languages. We established our argue language, our fight language, like what our preference is when we argue, or not even what our preference is, what our style is. Not saying it's the best style, 'cause I know my style was straight up like shut down or get to the point where I'm screaming, I'm angry, and again, shut down eventually. That was my argue language, and it wasn't helping anything. So we got to the point where now I'm getting better at acknowledging I'm getting to that point. Like I'll verbally say I'm getting to the point where I don't care anymore.
Right.
And then Vicky, our last good argument, Vicky was able to like literally talk me back into the conversation and not the argument. So
Yeah, because Ode's the one that pops off.
That's me.
I'm like,
That's the cancer.
I'm the-
Me?
That's the cancer.
Like-
There
yeah,
it
like
goes.
that over
point of no return.
emotional.
Emotion,
It's a
you're
pop
just
off,
like,
and
no.
it comes. And then after the pop off, it turns into I don't care because now
it's a point of no return.
Yeah, I
No.
can't.
They
Yeah.
call it passion. That's what they call
Yeah.
it. They call it
It's
passion.
passion. I'm very passionate about what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Here.
No,
That's
Is it
exactly
like,
it.
I refuse.
That's why I'm a little louder.
that's a
than
nice
normal.
word, but the word is emotional.
That too.
You guys are just very, you're very
Yo.
passionate about your emotions.
Emotions, very much.
But not about like reality.
really,
It's
like it's like
At
because it's
this
not
age,
there.
I'm
Yeah.
Because
working.
then it's like I have to now like figure out and like level you back to where we're really talking about. Because now you're up here and now I'm like I can't talk to you when you're up
So because I know like I have a short temper and I can get loud and I can do all of that way more than Ode could. Like he would never beat me on that.
And that's the thing.
And
But-
that's exactly
but
the same thing
I don't-
over here.
I don't
want you to
entertain
see
it.
and I don't want you to see that
I don't
about
entertain
me.
it.
And I
His
say
side
that
is
about
the
him.
side, and my thing is, like you say, I am working on now saying before I go crazy, hey, I'm getting to that point where I'm going crazy. And sometimes for me to get there properly, I do have to shut down first. It's like I flip
Yes.
it. Instead of going
Yes.
off and then shutting down, I'll shut down first so that way I don't go off. But it's not just in my relationship with him. It's in my relationship with my friends and my family.
No, that's just
everyone,
how you.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
how
how
he is
y'all
more like
are.
I just in
It's
day-to-day life.
what is it? It's that switch on a surge protector
Yeah,
where like,
yeah.
yo, I feel you about to blow up and
Yeah.
you just cut
Yeah,
everything
cut it
off.
off, cut it. You have to.
Before you kill this person.
Like just cut it, shut it down.
And
I don't
Shut it
entertain
down.
it. I'm always like, I'm gonna keep the same volume
Say-
that
right,
I'm
but
speaking to you. I will even lower my volume
And
if
you
it
know
means
how-
that
I'm
you
gonna
have
lower
to
it down,
lower your
right.
voice.
You know how much
Because-
that irks me?
Right, no,
All
because
that
if
does
I
is-
go there,
all that does
there's
is make
no
my
turning
eyebrows
back.
go a little
and
higher,
then I have to go
and now I
because,
feel
like,
like you're
literally,
challenging
because
me.
I will black out.
Yeah,
I will
yeah,
black
yeah.
out, and you will not like it. at
Yeah,
all.
and then I
Like,
think people also like that's another thing, like learning your argue language
Yeah.
and just how to help the other person scale back, because if I matched Ode's energy, none of this, we wouldn't even be here.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm like, you're just being emotional about the moment, but it's not
Vicky, how
like
long
not
did-
trying to get it. Like that's not reality.
Let me ask you, how long did it take you to realize that, like, and not take it?
We're talking
'Cause it took me
recent.
a minute. See.
No.
Like,
No.
It took
No,
me. I've like every time when he gets irate, like it's maybe you can understand. Like I'm taking it in some kind of way, and he says, "Oh, well, you're being sensitive." I'm like, "No, bro. Like you're talking like
well,
the way
I
you're
always took it
approach-
personal,
Right.
and then recently I realized like that's just how he argues. But I've always from the door, I've never like yelled back.
Mhm.
I've never like
you said.
well,
if
all
we
right.
both-
Full
if we both
transparency.
hit 10,
All right.
like-
No. Okay.
If we
One
both
of
hit
us
Full
gotta go.
transparency. This is what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what. This
We
is
did
how.
a 360.
Okay,
Or
no,
180,
180.
whatever,
Okay,
180.
this is what happened. Real talk. We were in an argument. We had just moved into this apartment in Newark, right? We were having an argument, and he, you know, Ode was just being Ode when he argues. He was loud. He was all like whatever, and then I was like, "Oh hell no!"
Yeah. Show it
So
him
we
real
were
quick.
like, it was like two lions, right? And then like in the middle of us arguing, we just hear, and we open the door and it's two police officers, and we're like, oh, no, we good.
No, it's
Good.
okay.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Ode here. And if you checked out the title of this episode, you saw that it said Moving In Part 1. If you want to hear the rest of that story that Vicky was telling, plus the rest of our conversation with Antwan and Evan, make sure you check out episode 96, Part 2. Depending on when you're listening to this, the episode probably came out already or is about to come out in just a few days. So check that out and continue to like, share, and subscribe and listen to the You, Me, We podcast.